everybody. So today I'm going to show you how I'm setting up my Epson Eco Tank. It's an 1810 model. What we're going to do is we're going to be converting it over so that it works with sublimation inks. I'm using the sublimation inks. You can get these from Amazon and I'll put them in the link in the description. So they're £19.99 at the moment. They come with obviously the colours that you need that correspond with the Epson printer. You get some syringe needles there. They're obviously blunt ones that clip onto the tops of the bottles, and then you can obviously feed those into the machine. So they'll be going into these little areas here. As you can see, there's like a very tiny slot for them to go into. You can get them in autofill bottles. This time I've just gone for these ones just to see how I get on with them. But you can also buy the autofill bottles empty as well, so you could do that and decant these inks into those if that was something that you wanted to do. Okay, so what I'm doing first is we need to fill the tanks up, and then we need to turn the printer on, and then we can get started with the setup that I have on the PC at the moment. So I'm going to just get the bottles set up with the needles and then I'll be back. Hello, so we're back. So I've filled the cyan at the moment. I wanted to check it out first before I did a video to you guys about filling the tank. So as you can see, the cyan has now got an amount in there. I'm just letting it settle before I put any more in, because I need to obviously know where we are so we don't overfill it. So it's not the neatest business. It's a messy business filling it. So yeah, just be prepared for that and be patient, because it takes time for it to sorry, I've gone out of focus. It just takes time for it to decant into the little inkwell. I think now I've experienced the syringe way, I will invest in some of the auto fill bottles, I think. Okay, so here's the cyan with the syringe attached to the top nozzle, and as you can see, it's not exactly used a massive amount, just under half a bottle, I'd say, to get the tank to nearly full, which is pretty good. So at least you know that the inks you're buying are going to last you a little while. So let's get cracking on with the next one, which is magenta. Hello, so we're back again. We've managed to locate a syringe that I've actually used for my come on, focus, for my resin. So I've attached the needle tip to the end here, as you can see. Then you just draw up the ink that you want. Obviously you need to tip it upside down to do so. So once we've done that, release the ink in, and you'll be able to see there that the tank is filling nicely. Okay, so we've got all the tanks filled now, and what we need to do is it's flashing to tell us that we need to prime the pipes within the printer. So we'll be sending some ink down to the print head so that it's ready to print. And how we do that is by holding on to the very end button, and it will initiate the program to prime all the pipes. Now we're going to download the software that we need. So that's going to do all of that for me. It doesn't take very long. It will download it and then it will start installing. And that doesn't take too long either. It's pretty quick to install. So we'll just wait for that. Okay. So now it wants to know what connection we're going to use. I'm using Wi-Fi as opposed to a wired connection, but you can do wired if you need to. So that's just going to start connecting that now. Again, it doesn't take too long for it to do that. So now we just need to select all the things that we need. So we find our Wi-Fi when I can find it.
A few moments later.
Okay, click next. Now it's going to download the network information that it needs and set all that up for you. And then it's going to do an auto connect setup for you. So when you turn the printer on, it will automatically search for the network Wi-Fi and it will connect automatically, a bit like what your phone does when you walk in the house. It will search the Wi-Fi and connect automatically for you.
A few moments later.
Okay, so now it's going to do the IP address setting.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we're going to install the software that we need. You can select what you need. You can take stuff out if you don't feel like you're going to need it. I'm just going to do everything. So that's now installing our optional software. You can always remove it again if you feel like you're not using it later on. Now we're going to print a test page, and that's going to give us the information on there to show us whether the printer heads are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So you'll get a printout with all the colours on, and they will show lines across the printout, and if there's breaks in the lines, then it means that our nozzles aren't getting enough ink, or sometimes they're blocked if you've been using it for a while. Join me again in my next video to configure the print head with our test page. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click subscribe.